It's the North Cat, baby, I'm a boss. Carolina barbecue sauce with the slaw. I'm the safe, the cellar, and the vault. I'm the best, the effect, and the cause, I'm the law. It's the North Cat, baby, I'm a boss. Carolina barbecue sauce with the slaw. I'm the safe, the cellar, and the vault. I'm the best, the effect, and the cause, I'm the law. I'm the truth, man, looking real false. Whenever I hit the booth, I come out to an applause. If I'm talking to my crew.
What's going on, guys? We're back again for the next episode of Secret Sauce to Be the Boss. And today we have a real unique episode that we're about to bring to you. I'm here with Mr. Kevan Glover. How you doing today?
Man, I'm all right. Yourself?
Thank you for having us. I'm doing great. This is the Konnected radio station, and we're live in one of the booths right now. This is the gentleman that founded this, along with the Konnected magazine, along with the Queen City Awards, and along with the Konnected 501c charity nonprofit organization. So let's touch on some of the subjects today. What got you started in the radio industry?
Oh man, just not wanting to hear the same 8 songs all day long. It's just that simple. Just, you know, I'm from Buffalo, New York, so you know, down here's a lot more southern type music. So sometimes you got to create what you want to hear as well, and create that little blend you want.
So you had an idea. I'm tired of hearing the same songs all the time, and put a radio station together.
Same 8 songs, man.
And here we are 6 years later.
Oh yeah, 6 years later, man, having a great time and enjoying it.
So 6 years of the radio station, 6 years of the Konnected magazine. So did you start them at the exact same time? How did that work?
No, the radio station was first. It was a little easier. I just had the internet radio station where people just submitted their music and we made shows. And then I wanted to have something else as far as the media side with creating a magazine. So we had so much content coming in and we needed to put something in a visual form.
So the magazine actually comes out quarterly.
Yes, sir.
All right. I see all kinds of good content in there. Basically, most of the music that you cover, is it based on just the Carolinas area, or is it everywhere, the whole nation?
No, what's funny is when I first started, it was just Carolina because I had the Carolina Artist magazine.
Okay.
And me being from New York, a lot of people didn't want to advertise in it. So that's where the Konnected was actually born, as far as opening up the magazine to a broader spectrum of people. So.
Gotcha. So currently you have 12 different programs that air on your station. And when those 12 programs aren't going on, music's playing.
Yes, sir.
Which is crazy. You know, you have these TV stations, MTV, VH1, BET. How often do you get to click on one of them stations and actually see music? Very rarely, right? But they're supposed to be music channels. Same thing on the radio. You hear a lot of talk, but not a lot of music. So that's pretty cool that you have your 12 shows, but then when the 12 shows aren't going on, you have music playing. So people actually get to listen to music on the radio.
Oh yeah, and we don't have more than 3 shows in one day, and most of those shows are an hour. So that way, you know, when you click on, you want to get your mind off of your job or whatever the case may be. You don't want to hear people and their problems all day long.
Yeah. Tell our viewers about a couple of your different shows and when they can tune in to catch them.
Some of our popular shows are, we have Party Punisher Radio, that's every Wednesday from 8 to 9. We have Brooklyn Red, she's on Wednesday as well from 6 to 7. We have Power Block Radio Show, they're on Fridays from 8 to 10. And then we just started a new one, Guy E. Love, on Mondays from 7 to 10 p.m. He has his own little vibe. You know, he's sitting here like, remember how, what's the guy, the big afro of the ladies, man, how he had his own little show that he could just Hennessy?
Yeah.
He in that same
Okay, so he got this other little thing going on. All right. I like it. So how can our viewers, if they want to listen to this content, how can they find you? How can they listen to it?
Oh, we have 2 ways. Either you could go to the Konnected.net, and that's connected with the K, or you can download our app in any app store, the Konnected app, and you'll see magazine, radio station, model of the month, artist of the month, a lot of different content on there.
All right. So let's also touch a little bit more with your charity organization. It's also the Konnected?
The Konnected Foundation, Inc. We've been in existence for 4 years. We've given away 201 scholarships in 4 years. And the basis of that is people who excel in the arts but can't afford the different things. You know, a lot of us come from either entertainment backgrounds or sports backgrounds, and you know, it may be 2 or 3 scholarships that year that you could actually apply for. We try and make sure it's 3 or 4 extra ones that, you know, we can help give out, so that way that person could excel in what they're doing.
So just recently you took a bunch of young kids down to Atlanta. Tell us a little bit more about that.
That was a great experience, man, for those young kids, man. They went down, there was 72 colleges, I believe it was, down there in Atlanta for the Black College Expo. So for them to get out there and see different opportunities, I didn't even know there was that many black colleges, me personally, and to go there and just check all that stuff out, see the kids relate and get their minds churning. And they also gave away $10 million in scholarships.
That's amazing.
In one day. So it was just a very, very, very good experience for them, and to take them down there and just expose them to some different things.
That's awesome that you take the time out to help the youth out like that. That's greatly appreciated. I wish more people would do stuff like that. So you say you're from Buffalo. What brought you to Charlotte?
I had a friend who went to Smith, and I came down one weekend. We just had a real good time. And this was 2000, so a lot of things weren't really built like it is now.
A lot has changed.
Yeah. A lot has changed there, but I fell in love with Bojangles too. And then it was just, we out there just having a good time, being 20, 21 years old, having a good time in a different environment, people liking your accent as opposed to, it was a real good time. Apart the nightlife, everything was off the chain.
Yeah, Charlotte's a great area. What do you think about it now, all this time later?
I think we still got some work to do, but the growth of it has been amazing. It just had to be more equal opportunity.
I definitely could agree with that. Charlotte is definitely growing, and there's a lot of growth and opportunity here. There's potholes, and you got to watch out for them potholes. But Charlotte is an amazing place, and this show is based around small business owners, entrepreneurs, and self-starters in the Charlotte area. And we're lucky to have you as part of our show because you have some really cool stuff that you have going on in this area. So with your magazine, let's touch a little bit more on that. How many artists could you say that through this magazine and through your radio in the Carolinas it's helped boost their notoriety, and how much people get to see them?
Hundreds, man. You gotta look at it from this angle now. Most people are just online, but these magazines are different. Dentist offices, barbershop, and nail salons. You still sitting there panning through different things.
Oh yeah.
And people think that no one likes to read anymore. That's just a certain demographic of people. You got some people who they just still stuck in their way. They need something tangible. And a lot of people kind of say they have a magazine, but it's just online. That's not the definition of what a magazine is. It's a physical copy of some paper. And I just love that type of style as far as that. And it's helped so many artists out, man. Just branding and being able to see. You remember when we was younger, you had them posters on the wall.
Oh yeah.
So you come in, you got Beyonce on the wall, but now a person, your mother could have you on the wall instead of some celebrity that she doesn't know.
That's amazing. You brought up a good point. You sitting in a barbershop, you waiting to get your hair cut. You pick up this magazine, you flip it, and you see this article about this guy that's from the same area as you, and you read and stuff. Man, let me check him out. So now you pick up your phone, you pull up his music, and you listen to it.
Oh, yeah.
So now this guy has an opportunity to have a new fan, someone listening to his music that he didn't without this magazine existing.
Oh, yeah. And the big thing is we don't put anything negative in the magazine. We have enough of that with a lot of other platforms that's out there.
There's too much negative in the world as it is.
We want to be able to create some type of balance, so everything in there is positive, it's uplifting. We still have the entertainment side, whatever, but we just don't really get into the negative side of the entertainment.
Gotcha. So let me ask you a personal question. What made you decide to not work for someone else, to not be in the corporate world, to go on your own, to be your own boss, and to create these different businesses and opportunities for yourself?
When I came down there, I did have a job, and I found out the hard way there was a work-free stay or at-will, whatever they call it. And I never forget, it was before my first daughter was being born. I was working for a temp agency, and they told me, hey, we're going to hire you on, da-da-da-da-da-da, and the manager got wind of it and ended up calling me in and firing me that same day. And when they had me in a room where everybody could kind of look at you, so I was like on display. And I'm sitting there with the temp agency people, the owner, and the manager, and I'm like, y'all just told me that y'all was about to hire me to take her place. And the manager looked at me, he's like, you're not in New York anymore. Get out of here, this is a work-free state, and I don't have to tell you why I'm firing you. And I said I would never put myself in that predicament again to let anybody control what I do and what I don't do. And 15 years later, I've still been going.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. A lot of people out there find themselves in the same situations. I've had several people say to me, what happens if you're not making the type of money on your own that you should be making? And I say to them, what happens if you're at your job and they decide to let you go? because this is a right to work state, and at any given moment they can let you go. And that paycheck that you count on from that company you work for to come every 2 weeks to pay your bills can be gone just like that. But when you build something for yourself, it's on you. But you have to be willing to put in the time, the effort, and the work. But guess what? Then you become your own boss.
Yeah, you're gonna work 8 hours a week now, I guarantee. But it's not like working, you know, we're up all day long doing stuff, man, and it's just amazing because I'm not necessarily tired. You know, when you go into a job, that 8 hours could beat you down. You know, you come back, you don't want to do nothing else, you just want to lay down, you know, but
Well, the key to that is when you find something you're passionate about and you love doing it, it's not even really work. Yeah. Because you love doing it, so you don't feel like you're working. You feel like you're living your passion. You're doing what you want to do. This is my dream, and I'm making money doing my dream.
Yeah, and then I see other people. We're helping them pursue their dream as well. So like we talk about the radio stations, they can't go to some of the, you know, bigger radio stations to get their own thing, but to see them come in here, take advantage of the opportunity that we're providing, man, it's just dope.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad that you provide that opportunity to help others out, especially since the situation you went through. Man. So you try to help others and give them another opportunity to basically bypass that route that you had to go through. What advice would you give to our viewers watching that want to take the same route as you, want to be their own boss, and want to do their own thing? What advice would you give to them?
Everybody has greatness in them, but you got to realize what you're great at. I tell people passionate and gift is two different things. You might be passionate about something, but not great at it. You know, you have to find out what that greatness can be turned into an actual money flow. And then you got to understand it's going to be pitfalls where it's going to be very difficult, and you got to fight through it. A lot of people don't want to fight through that muddy water. They want to give back up and go and get that job, and that's the way the system is set up. You know,
the system's set up to keep you like that. Yeah. And then we create this fake fear, and we create this fake fear anytime an obstacle hits.
And then the thing is, when you hear the people who really made it, you know, you think of your Tyler Perry's, the different, especially comedians, a lot of entertainment. They were homeless or in their car sleeping, and they believed beyond a shadow of a doubt that at some point they was going to make it. And now they're millionaires.
Man, it's crazy you just said that. Not to get too much into my personal story. I was gone for a little while, and when I came back home, I knew what I wanted to do. I had a vision, a dream. So I used to, first thing in the morning, go to the gym, train all morning, leave, go, work, construction all afternoon, get paid, leave, go straight back to the gym, train all night, go out to my car, sleep in my car, wake up and do the same thing again, trying to save money, trying to build, trying to get my reputation and stuff. Now I have my own show, my own promotion company, my own fitness company and stuff. And people see that and like, oh man, you're doing so great. Man, we're so proud of you. You're on this, you're on that, you're doing this. You're holding big, amazing shows downtown. You got all kinds of celebrities and stuff and everything. And they see that. But what they don't know is the struggle that you go through to get there. I'm not a type of person that really talks about my struggles and stuff like that, so people don't know what I really went through. But man, if you're willing to put in the time, the work, and the effort, you can accomplish anything. And I'm honored to be sitting here talking to you today and talking about, thank you, about all the awesome stuff that you put together, man. So when are you on the radio? When do you talk on the radio?
Man, I let them do all that stuff, man. They want me to get a show, man, but I just want to kind of go back for a minute, and you need to share your testimony more with people, because you have the people who are in your predicament now that don't really believe until because of something that happened to them and they setback. So you gotta say it more, because everything is microwave right now. So you just see a person on TV, they made it, but they don't understand all the stuff they went through those previous 30 years you didn't see them. They just look at the year right now, you know. So you want to definitely keep touching on that, man, because we need more stories about the people who overcome and did it the right way. You know, and it's a grind. And like I said, I'm appreciative to be on the show and sitting here talking to you. I look forward to doing more stuff with you.
Thank you. And I want to say something to our viewers, and this is directed mostly at a younger generation. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. I actually love working with the younger generation. I take my time and I don't charge to go and do speaking engagements, to go and support sporting events and everything, because I really am into helping the youth out. But our younger generation, teens and 20s, they have this mindset that you should get everything right now, that you don't have to put in the work or the time or the effort. They want everything and they want everything right now. That, unless you was born with a silver spoon in your mouth, is not reality. The reality is that 80% of the world, we're here on the grind and the struggle. These things that you see these people with, they had to work to get them. They start off from the bottom and they work their way up with a relentless commitment to what they want to do, a vision and a passion. If you have a vision and a passion, you have to put in the work, the time, and the effort. And if you are willing to do that, then you can have what you see other people have. You can have your dreams, you can have your vision, you can do things your way. But it's not a snap of the fingers and it happens. There is hard work, but hard work does pay off.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Man, you know, right now we're in 19 states. So I see myself, and we're in Africa as well. So we actually have a award show in Africa, in Uganda, May 11th. So I see the brand really growing and catching on, you know, with the different areas. And I just see myself as a multi-million-dollar company who's employing a lot of people and creating that legacy. My biggest thing is legacy. You know, it's not a lot of people who, when they leave, the family and the people who work for them are still continuously working and doing things. We tend to, you know, just think about ourselves. And, you know, with me giving the different scholarships away, we're helping and touching so many different people who are going to be great. And what they're going to do is keep pouring back into what we're doing, so everything's going to keep expanding out. If I just help take care of my family, yeah, that's fine. But if I can help take care of 100 families, that spreads throughout and it creates change.
That's the legacy.
Oh yeah, that's the legacy.
So you're in 19 different states right now, also in Africa. So hopefully in 5 years, you'll be in 50 states.
Yeah. 50 states, I want to be Canada, Japan, all that, you know. And the big thing is just, I remember saying it to some of my friends and they laughed at me.
Do you know how many times I've got laughed at? I got laughed at about this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they laughed, and it was 31 of us that moved down here. And I was trying to tell everybody, hey, let's put $100 in a week so we create some businesses. I was the only one that did it.
Oh, look at you now.
And they're all working, and we don't talk as much because they feel I think I'm too good because I sat here and grind. You know, I can't hang out, I can't do all the stuff I used to do because I got people depend on me in the business to run.
Not only that, but like you said, you're creating a legacy, and you're doing more than just helping yourself and your family. You're helping several other people. I don't think that that's another thing that people understand when they see people rise above, that sometimes we're not able to do as much as we used to do with like old friends and family. And it's no disrespect to them, but if you're spending your time and you're taking your free time, like I went to high schools and spoke to kids, colleges and spoke to kids, hospitals and spoke to kids, churches. That's taking time away from my family and my friends, but I'm helping mass groups of people and trying to spread positive energy and change to these people. So you have to sacrifice on a personal level to help and reach and create a legacy like you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
So you have an award show coming up. You started the Queen City Awards.
Yes, 13th year, man. Queen City Awards, 13 years. We basically recognize hip hop, R&B, gospel, rock, country. We're going to implement Spanish this year, so we're trying to figure all that stuff out. But we always honor a celebrity, then we honor somebody in the community making a difference. Okay. And with the proceeds, that's where we create the scholarships. It's called Connected to Excellence.
Got it.
And last year we actually created the Connected to Educators, where we gave 6 teachers awards and then gave them a package so they could go out and enjoy themselves, because teachers really just don't get any love.
They don't.
You know, they're not paid well. They work long hours, and we just wanted to let them know, hey, we appreciate you.
That's awesome, man. So this is going to be the 13th one. When is the actual show?
We're working on a date now. It's always in December. Every second Saturday in December is officially Queen City Awards Day. We have a proclamation for it. But in December, sometime it could be challenging getting those dates with the Nutcrackers and all the different plays that's going on. So we're working on a date right now, but we'll have that by the end of the month.
All right. So Earlier when me and you were speaking, you had mentioned like Petey Pablo and Anthony Hamilton, which are local people, different people that got awards at your show. Break down that a little bit more. Explain that a little bit more to me.
What we basically do as far as the nominations, we have a blank ballot. It's like the People's Choice Awards.
Okay.
So it'll be a blank ballot, just say hip hop artist, and you'll put in there who you feel should win Hip Hop Male of the Year, and we'll tally it up. You know, we have a panel of people to narrow it down, and then we'll put those people inside the category to be voted on. And then the top votes, you can vote one time a day, and the top vote getter, that's who, you know, win the award.
Okay. And those are just some of the winners that have won in the past?
We've honored Petey Pablo last year, Anthony Hamilton before. It's a real popular guy now, the Baby. He won the last 3 years as far as the hip hop male. We have a group, Volume 4. They won the last 2 years as far as R&B category. And Dennis Reed is another one. He's won 2 years in a row with the gospel male. So it's a variety of categories, man. Okay,
so you know, as we're looking around through the office, all throughout here, I see different pictures of different artists and stuff. So when the different artists and stuff are in the city and stuff, they stop by. Even when you're out in the field, you're working with a lot of these people. What's some of the coolest people to deal with? Some of the best experiences you've had that's come in the office or you've ran into on the streets doing work?
I like my old school artists, like my EPMDs. They all, you know, Rakim, you know, to meet them, Tretch, and they're more down to earth. The more current ones, they still don't get it as much. You know, they still trying to figure out their new celebrity, and not understand that sometimes you got to network. But yeah, like on EPM, me and Paris, we real cool from EPMD, and they're trying to come into this realm a little more. Yeah. You know, with all the digital stuff, whatever. So it's cool to see them learn, and then you know, just like I say, just the newer generation, like you said, they get it so quick that they really don't understand the total grind of what it is that's in front of them.
Got it. So you said to me earlier when we were talking that sometimes people will reach out to you now about these scholarships that you have. So if there's someone out there that's got a dream right now and they're trying to get into a school and they're trying to look for scholarship help, how could they contact you about looking into getting one of these scholarships?
And what they'll do is just visit our website, thekonnectedfoundationinc.com, and remember to connect us with the K, foundationinc.com. The contact form on it, just send us a story about what it is that you're doing, and then we'll contact them back.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. So those of you out there watching are looking for opportunity, looking for scholarships, looking for help, right here's one in front of you. I suggest that you take the time to check it out, and it's great that you offer that opportunity to others.
Man, you got to provide something. I believe in good karma. So the more you put out there, the better it is for you, your kids, family, everybody else around. So we can't keep complaining. At some point, we have to do something.
Exactly. Talking's not going to do very much.
Anybody can be a social media activist, or you got to get out here and touch these kids.
You absolutely do. What other events do you have coming up that you're a part of that you might want to touch on?
Well, my mother, she passed away of cancer 10 years ago, and we do an event called Pearl on the Hoop for a Cause. So it's a basketball, so we're expanding that even more this year. So it's going to be more like how they like the Rucker Park. Okay. So we're going to be doing that over at Camp Green. We have a partnership with the YMCA on Stratford Richardson on West Boulevard. They do a thing every last Saturday called Level Up, where they have the kids come out from 8 to 11 and play basketball. We have a 14-year-old DJ TOP, where he comes out there DJ and keep them entertained and all that stuff. So we have quite a few things going on, man. It's always something.
You stay busy, man.
We got to be able to create the different revenues going on so that we can continue to give scholarships. So that's why I tell everybody to support the events that we do, because 25% of everything that we do from any aspect goes towards our scholarship program.
That's awesome, man. Y'all get out and support, man. Not only will you be supporting these actual events, but you'll be supporting our future people that'll be running this country. You're supporting the youth. So you're going to get old one day, and these people are going to be running the country. Help them, support them.
Oh yeah.
So you stay out the booth. You don't get in the booth too much. You just run the show.
Like I said, I just love. It's not my passion.
Yes.
You know, so it just seemed like a job to me, and I got out of that a long time. You know, but I watched them, and you know, to see the looks on people's faces, man, enjoying themselves and creating their brand, and then while they're creating their brand, they're helping build our brand as well. It's a win-win situation.
So let me touch on this real quick. A lot of times when people want to take that step to do their own thing, like we've been talking on. When fear kicks in, I don't think I can do this. What if the checks don't come in fast enough? And they start doubting themselves. What advice could you give to our viewers to help overcome that fear? How do you get rid of it? What do you tell yourself?
They just don't believe all the way. You gotta see it. And I just know you can manifest whatever you believe. If you see it, I've had times where people just didn't see anything I was wanting to do, but I seen it like I'm looking at you right now. And if I can see it, I know it's gonna happen. If it's on my heart and I'm dreaming about it, it's coming to me. You know, and it's been the ninth hour when that check came. You know, the rent due, and you like, man, they gonna kick us out tomorrow.
Do you know that people used to say that Albert Einstein was insane? He was crazy. One of his famous quotes was, everything in this world happens twice. First it happens in the mind, then it happens in reality. The mind is a future preview of what is to come. So whatever the mind can conceive, you can turn into reality.
And you got to be around people that's positive, that's willing to make stuff shake. You know, you got some people who hang around. If you hang around drug dealers all day, either you're gonna get killed, arrested, or you're gonna become a drug dealer. You can't blame anybody around you if you stand in those circumstances. But if you're around people moving and shaking and making things happen, at some point either you're gonna realize it's too much for you, you're gonna move out of the circle, or more positive things gonna happen for you.
I say that you should surround yourself with people that inspire you and push you, and not always want to be the top dog in your circle of friends, but have people that are above you, because it's going to inspire you and push you to do better, push you harder, make you want to try more. Why are they ahead of me? Like, we're friends, we're together, we're hanging out. Like, what moves are they making? I need to make these moves too.
Friendly like, I play basketball, so everything with me is competition, and it's friendly competition. You know, and that's why, you know, even with basketball now, they all want to be friends, but you still need that friendly competition to motivate yourself.
Absolutely.
You know, and like you say, having somebody higher in the circle, man, you know, you definitely need that.
I do motivational speaking, and I've been very blessed with it over the last couple of years. I've traveled up and down the East Coast, and I've spoken at a lot of different events. And I have a friendly competition with someone. I'm sure you're going to know exactly who this is when I say their name. Dr. Eric Thomas.
Yeah, oh yeah. He go hard.
Yeah, he doesn't know me yet, but I'm coming for his spot. And no disrespectful, I'm coming for his spot on a friendly competition. You have a saying, you like to say, don't tell me you're going to take my spot. Tell me how you're going to take my spot. So I'm waiting for that opportunity to see you, because I'm going to look you in the eye as a man, and I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm going to do it.
And I have so much respect for that, because I try and tell, especially like a lot of artists and kids, they're competing with their peers. Like when I came into it, I was competing with Jay-Z, Russell Simmons, Diddy, and all those type of people. People who have massive things going on, not the person on Betty's Ford.
Exactly.
And that, I respect that, because at the end of the day, that makes you wake up earlier. That makes you hit that gym hard. That makes you focus and see that vision in your head that everybody telling you crazy, but you see it. So when you and E meet, I just hope it's taped so I can see it.
Man, I've got a great one for him.
Man, I just hope it's going to happen. I see you focus. Like I say, you can look in people's eyes and tell when they're serious, they're determined, and when they're playing around. You know, so I look forward to seeing it, man.
Absolutely, I appreciate that. I'm going to tell you something, man, you just touched on the gym and working harder. Someone said to me the other day, because even though I've moved on, I do a lot of other things in my life, I still do train people, because that's my passion, I love it. So, you know, someone was saying something about the shape that I'm in. They're like, man, it doesn't even make sense, the type of shape you're in. They're like, but yeah, I guess if I was in the gym all the time, I'd be able to say like that. I corrected him. I said, let me tell you something right now. I work out 1 hour a day. 1 hour. But what I do in that hour is what separates me. I do in 1 hour what it'll take you 2 or 3 hours to do, because when it's time, it's time. I don't play around. I get it in. So that's the separation. It's not that, oh, he's in the gym all day and he's got all this time. No, I work out 1 hour a day. If you did in your 1 hour what I did in my 1 hour, you would see the results too.
And everybody always got some excuse why somebody doing something better.
Oh yeah,
you know, instead of them sitting down and say, hey, what do you do within your hour? It's almost like trying to demean you something. Oh, yeah, when you ain't got nothing to do, you could be in the gym all day. I got to actually go and work.
Yeah.
Hey, get that regiment. Man, charge for that regiment.
Absolutely, man. So do us a favor. Let all our viewers know social media sites, phone numbers, radio stations, any way they want to get in contact with you, follow you, in any type of way, give them all the information they need.
Some of the easiest ways is to visit our website, theconnectedwiththek.net. That'll get you the magazine, the radio station. You can also follow us on social media at The Konnected on all social media, or at Queen City Awards. And with our foundation, it's at Konnected Cares on Twitter, and on the actual Instagram, it's at The Konnected Foundation Inc. But all that stuff is intertwined. So you hit one site, there's buttons to hit everything else, man. And like I say, follow us, man. We're definitely a good follow, and we may be able to help you out in some type of way.
Man, today has been an amazing episode. I'm blessed to have been here and done this episode. I hope that y'all got a bunch of secret sauce to be the boss today. Thank you, Kevin, so much for having us out. I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate the time, and I appreciate all the information you give us today. Until next time, guys, we're out.
It's the North Cat, baby, I'm a boss. Carolina barbecue sauce with the